Hi guys, welcome back to another video today. Today we're going to do some painting of the good old alerts. Trying a face camera today, not sure how I feel about it. But yeah, paint some alerts. We're going to start off with dried bark. To do the usual cloth, we're going to be painting them in a similar scheme to Maho that we did not that long ago. Second, I'll show you what I mean. So this is our Maho from the first video we did. Probably going to do alerts very similar, except for I'm not going to paint the base. So got a size 2 brush, and make sure to put a little bit of water on the brush. Thin that paint down a bit. Seems okay enough. Start off with painting the back of here. Ooh. See the behind the scenes of painting an Uruk, which is always fun. We're nowhere near done, to be completely honest. When it comes to the Uruk, we've still got many more to do. I didn't realise how many I actually bought, but that's fine. It's a fun little series I'm enjoying doing at the minute. Hopefully you guys are enjoying watching it. Trying to keep it as simple as possible, so when if you wanted to paint a guy, you could. That's basically the brown. Stipple it in a bit there. Maybe this time we do. So I actually have 2 of this alerts. So I'm going to paint this one up for my army and paint another one up for eBay. And basically get it listed on eBay. There we go. So there's the brown one. To an extent, we're going to use Night Questator flesh. Mix that with brown to make a little bit of a lighter brown. Works really well, especially for a very light brown. I want it to be about this consistency. And then just go over the belt buckle, basically any of the leather that we didn't do in the previous steps we do on this one. So sleeves, I'm trying to stay in the camera, so yeah, sleeves, they should all be this light brown. Problem is I'm not painting it as box art, so I'm doing it very much my own way, which is usually better, if I'm honest, because a lot of the time painting it as a GW paint scheme is good, but I feel like you can be more creative when you do it yourself. It means you don't have to worry about messing up as well, which I do a lot. And it does also mean you'll actually get the models painted you want to get painted. Less stress, more fun, instead of worrying that the model's not going to turn out okay. Now for instance, this is 90% of the model done already. Obviously this is lerts, so with these brown bits we probably want to do a little bit of something. Use a little small highlight just to make him stand out a little bit more than the usual Uruk eye. I'm trying to keep the Uruk eye as simple as possible because I am currently working on a few things, to be fair. So that's all the brown done so far. So let's move on to skin colours. So I get a bit of black Templar. That's like one of the main colours I use because it's a very good one to just darken down colours. So black Templar, Mephiston red, mix them together, and then you want the Orc dermis as like your highlight colour. So Orcish dermis, Mephiston red, and a bit of black Templar. You want to do 50-50 of them two, and then the black Templar should be like darkening, and that's it. Give it a sec. So doing tricks with the brush. Consistency you want is about like that. So you want it to be a bit watery. So for instance, let's do this leg here. You want it to be about there, so that when you do your base coat, it's going to be pretty opaque, and then as you highlight up, it becomes better. For instance, this side, I can't tell where his armour is, so just go to there, right, there we go. Now we can go to an arm. There's his arm. He's basically following the arm. All the way up, like that, and then do the other arm. Before we move on to the face, so this is our arm, very basically shaded in. Then his face. I've been painting it on camera, the amount of times that I always forget that I'm trying to show people how to paint, and end up painting it off camera instead. So you kind of want it to look roughly like so. Very simple. Don't have to get too crazy with it, just enough to. They are not skin. Interesting. So that was armour. But yeah, you do that, and then when you want to do a highlight, you grab a bit more of the Orcish dermis, add it to the mix that you was already doing. So you want it about there. So about that for the highlight. So you want to just follow it where the light would be. So about there, and then about there. Bit more around here. Obviously this is the leader, so spending a bit more time on him is not the end of the world, hence why I've done his own video. Felt like he deserved one, instead of going, oh here's a short. He's gonna have like a decent video, and I'm trying out a new way of recording to make sure it works, because in case if it doesn't work then I won't do it again. I'll do it the old way, but I was trying to do it a better way first. So yeah, so that is basically how I do the skin. I keep it very simple. Just build your layers up until you're happy. Takes a little bit to get used to it. We're about there. So now on to the metals, which I don't do any washes, don't do anything. I literally go the black metal that I use, which is this one from scale 75. So Metal Alchemy black metal. Once again, Black Templar. I mix it as much Black Templar as I do steel. Make it very dark metal, so a bit like that. And then just paint it on. Like I say, dead simple. This is probably the more simpler Uruk paint scheme. I've painted Uruk before in the past, and the way I did it before was all contrast, and even that was more time consuming than this is. I'm also going to try and do some freehand in this video. It's because I'm trying to get better at it. Because I feel like if you're not very good at a painting style, you should always practice to get better at it. There we go. More. And that's basic. That's the basic gist of looks in a nutshell. Now I'm going to grab some Ministratum Grey. Make sure it's really thin down to like that. And then we want to turn it up like this. Do your first line down the middle, one here, 3, 4, 5. The way I've been doing it recently is a little circle. Something like that, and then you just grab a bit of your silver. You can make any corrections you feel like you need to do. A bit around there. Like I said, it's meant to be a small, sort of subtle, like handprint. I'm not very good at it, so that's why I'm not trying so hard to do it. Otherwise I'm just going to get annoyed with myself for not being able to do it. Because it is lurts, I'm thinking about doing like a white stripe down one eye or something. So for instance this eye here, just do just this one like that, symbolise here's the boy. I mean, you could realistically add quite a few little weird bits and bobs, like here you could just do just a little circle around, symbolise the little arm tattoo. Just nice and simple. It's nothing crazy, nothing hard, and if you do mess up you just go over it with the skin colour anyway, so it does make it a little bit better. But and that's Lurks basically. That's him fully done in a nice simple way for you guys to watch along and follow. To be fair, we haven't done them bits yet, so let's do them. Do I have a bit of red left? I do, we like that. So I've been doing red feathers on all my bows at the minute. That's what we're doing. Just gonna carry on doing them bits. So I was originally going to do non-metallic metal alerts, because obviously hero and all that. Do I do a non-metallic metal sword? I mean, it's not hard. I've got black, I've got white, and you just basically go from there. Do you know what? Why not? Let's add a bit of character to alerts. He is the leader after all. So, starting off, I'm going to use bold titanium white and a baden black. They're the only colours you need for non-metallic metal, in my opinion. A good black and a good white. And then you want to mix some of your black, some of your white, to make a nice black grey. Maybe add a little bit more of that. Okay, cool. So you have your colours. So versus colour, we'll start. Do the nice and simple part. So Lurks' sword will be shiny about, let's say about here. Well, that's still wet. You grab your grey, you feather out. I've gone a bit overboard there. Then you go a bit more white, you feather that out. Just like so. A bit more grey. Once again, feathering out. So you got this nice little weird gradient here. You got a bit more black. You do a little bit of that. And the correct thing to do is grab water, grab your grey. You're gonna wash it over it. want to grab your white. I can't remember how to do it now. To be fair, it doesn't look too bad. It looks good enough. Certainly makes him stand out a little bit. But one thing you can do, which I always thought was really nice, is you can go adds a little character to the model. It's not the best, nor is it the worst. It does the trick though. And then what you want to do is you want to grab a bit of water down a little bit of black, because then you can go, make sure it's like not too bad. Blend that together, blend that bit together. Trying to make sure it's not too and there we are. Lurtz now has a non-metallic sword, and I've got to do non-metallic metal again with 2 colours. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. There'll be plenty more things from me soon. But yeah, see you in a bit, guys. Peace.